What's up, NRW? We are back once again with another review for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm Glenn Lawrence, and I'm joined with my boy Kuya P.
Hey,
what's going on? We got the main man, Michael Rivera, Matthew Legaspi. Did I say it correctly?
Legaspi is cool.
Legaspi, you know what I'm saying? We be gassing up with Legaspi from the Top Back podcast. And we're ready to go do it again, man. Top
back in the house.
Top Back and nerds together. You can only make good things when that is what's happening. And this is definitely a good thing. This episode had a lot, man. And I'm super excited to get into it. Fellas, should we just start getting into it?
Let's have fun.
Let's rock.
Man.
The
whole world is watching.
Yeah, so this one's called The Whole World is Watching, and it takes us to Wakanda. You know what I'm saying? You get to see Wakanda, and you get a little bit of the where we left off last time, which is Bucky hanging out with Ayo. She comes in a little bit more of a aggressive tone at the end of the last episode, but this we get to see like their connection, which we had all kind of thought about before, and how she had taught and kind of helped him relieve himself of the programming basically that he had gone through as the Winter Soldier, release him from his words. You get to see how happy he is and get to see the part that she took in that, which I thought was great. A great way to see something that we wanted to see. Like these Marvel episodes have been giving us a lot of stuff that we wanted to see, like what happened when people came back from the blip, and now we get to see what happened with Bucky to get deprogrammed from his time as the Winter Soldier. How'd y'all feel about going back to Wakanda? Start us off, Matt.
So I was a little worried when what was her name?
Ayo.
Yeah, when she arrived in the very end of episode 3, because we all know what happened to Chadwick, so I was a little surprised that they're bringing back the Wakanda characters so soon. That was a real big surprise to me. But that first scene with Bucky, I'm gonna say this right now. I think Sebastian is the best actor in this whole series. Like that dude's emotions, he could pour them out very easily and not feel it. But yeah, it was like to see him, like you said, Glenn, to see him get released from all the Hydra stuff. It was like that relief in his face. He was like, I'm free. And like those tears just running down his cheeks. It was just great to see that. But I was surprised that they brought the Wakandans in. What's that the group of women from Wakanda? Dormilaje. They we'll get into it later, but they whoop ass, bro. Like they're badass.
Yeah. I mean, we finally get to see it. You know what I'm saying? We've heard a lot about it. We've seen some fighting. We've seen that they're kind of dope, but this one we get to see them like work as a team. But we'll get into that. Michael, what were your thoughts on like kind of that opening scene, going back to Wakanda and seeing Bucky deprogrammed, or just the opening of the series here?
Just the opening. Like I think the whole series does really well of bringing back the soundtrack from the movies. So when you heard I think the drums of like the Wakanda, I was like, oh shit, we're back in Wakanda. Like I did not expect that, but it makes sense seeing that Zemo is out. And then I agree with like Sebastian, like killing it. When I saw his tears, I felt it. I'll still petition for this. I wish Sebastian Stan was like Luke Skywalker in the Mandalorian instead of that CGI mess. But that's totally different. But just seeing that emotional scene, and then Sebastian going through like the trauma and of all his demons, because like everyone has their own demons and stuff, and I think the show does really well. Like you gotta face your demons in order to like overcome it. So that was beautiful. I can't say anything more than just the depth and how powerful. Plus the music, and then more music throughout the rest of the series. It was sick. I love it.
What about you, Kuya P?
Yo, I got to second my man Matthew with Sebastian bringing it. That was really well done. You could feel that, and if it didn't make you tug away at your wipe your eye a little bit, something wrong with you. And then I also agree with Michael that not to flip it, Marvel Star Wars, but I agree with the Luke with Sebastian, because I heard those rumors too. That would have been good. But so then I want to throw it on Florence Kasumba, Ayo. I think I messed up her name. Florence, Kasumba, who played Ayo. Just as much as Sebastian was giving it, you could see as she was saying the words, she was readying herself. You know what I'm saying? That I'm sure she knew that he was deprogrammed, but like I don't know. I felt some like, you know, just as Sebastian was, you know, hearing the words, she was at the ready. If this motherfucker does something, he gonna catch the end of this spear. Some shit about to go down. So she gave face as well, and that was just a great scene by two amazing actors. Really well performed, and I loved it, man. And just like Michael said as well, with the music coming in, I was like, "Oh shit, we in Wakanda, y'all!" So yeah, I loved it.
But I mean, yeah, dude, everything that you said, 100% to the nth degree. Totally agree with all three of you guys. I mean, I love Sebastian. Like seeing, like you can see in his head, like this isn't going to work. You know what I mean? Like if you ever been to that point where you got to face something or you got to do something, you're like, man, I don't think this is going to work, and you could just see that doubt in his face and the relief. I mean, it was dope, and it kind of puts us. It's a great segue back to where we are at the end of the last episode, beginning of this episode, where it's like, yo, how did you do this after everything we gave to you? Like, what's the deal or whatever? And I thought they had some good interplay there, where it's just like we're here for him, but I mean, I guess you could see also the like kind of, I guess to some degree, the love that Wakanda has for him, which is like they have like a very Klingon like warrior type love, like yo, I fuck with you, but I will like destroy you for our honor. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that was really cool, to where it was like, you know what, I'll give you 8 hours to do whatever you need to do. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna trust the fact that whatever you needed to do was worth it, because you know how much this means to us. I'm gonna give you 8 hours, and then that's it, and then we come for him, period. And I just thought it was dope, because it just kind of brings up the anxiety level the whole episode. Like, yo, when they about to come back in, when they about to come back in, when they about to come back in. But moving away from that, we get into Carly a little bit more, and we get to see what has happened to her after, you know, her tactics have basically brought the heat on her. You know what I mean? The world's just like, yo, it's a terrorist. And it made me think about, you know, the world we live in or whatever. Some people could like, I don't know. I love what they're doing with the arc of these characters. You know what I'm saying? It's like when she said the thing of like, this is the only language they understand. It's like, you like certain groups get push, and then when you push back, they're like, oh, how could you do that? It's like, yo, you've been killing us and starving us for all this time. And I just, you know what I'm saying, was coming back. What do y'all think about her arc, and how, like, you know, now she is like a number one bad guy in terms of like the media, and you know how they flip that when she reappears here in episode 5, 4, 3. What is
4.
it? Episode
4, right?
4.
I don't know. I think somebody mentioned it like last episode, when your last review was like, she got that like innocent face, but she's willing to make those tough choices of like really making it clear, I do not fuck with the world right now. Yeah. And the whole thing is the world is watching. I thought the world is watching was because of that last scene, but no, it's like the world is watching her. Like she's watching them. And then like the next scene after Bucky leaves Ayo, you get that nice conversation with Zemo and Sam and Bucky, all talking about like their perspectives of like, is her means to the end like a good thing? Is it a right thing? Like they're all like either defending or like what we're doing right now, having a conversation about it. So I love like that writing rather than just like boom, boom, boom. Like everyone is saying their opinion about it. And I don't know, there's no clear answer, and that's what it's meant to be.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's a dope like little hangout, you know what I mean, where they're having this conversation, you know, and it even gets to the point of, you know, Zemo saying like yo, she's just going to keep going, bro. Like I know how this story ends. Once you get that power, you don't want to give it up. And it was just great interplay between all those characters. Kuya P, what you got?
Yo, she's amazing, man, as an actor. Just like we were saying with Sebastian Stan at the beginning, throughout this whole piece, there's some chilling moments, and I know we'll get to those points, but like, yeah, like you can relate. Just like Sam said, like, I understand why you're doing what you're doing, that we're going to get into later as well. But just brilliant, man. Just brilliant. I can see why they chose her. And again, what they do so well over at Marvel compared to DC is like, you can relate to the villain. You can understand why they're doing what they're doing. It makes sense. And yeah, just brilliant, man. Just brilliant. What about you, Matt?
It's funny, Carly. It took me a while to warm up to her. I got to be honest. The whole Flag Smasher group, I understand their purpose now because they're an anti-nationalist group. They're anti-government. Their whole point is to rid the world of governments and have more free will and to act on your own accord, which I get, which is good because it's a perfect antithesis to Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because they're trying to retain their government and try to have their relationship with themselves too. But Carly, I was waiting for them to actually show her backstory because we're 3 episodes in already. I was like, when they're gonna get it, when they're gonna get into her, and you find out she's basically an orphan. She was raised by this woman. I guess that's like her mother, right?
Donya what? Donya something or other.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah,
something like that. She's like the Mother Teresa of that orphanage.
Yep.
Was Carly in the comics, Creepy?
Not that I remember.
It was a
Flag
guy.
Smashers was a guy.
It was a guy.
Like, they've turned this into like a outfit, which I think is a lot better.
Smart. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right. She said something in the episode that really got to me. She was like, I think she was talking to the Asian dude or something. I forgot. But the conversation went like, and I'm paraphrasing, it was like, how are they going to react when they look at you? Because the way she looks doesn't represent anything we've ever seen before. And she was like, yeah, people like me don't really go far, but I'm going to be that face. I'm going to be that mascot for this group because this is an all-inclusive group. So yeah, she's really dope. I'm really glad they actually brought her up character-wise because I was waiting.
That's true.
My favorite part of that whole kind of interplay between them was like how Zemo was like breaking it down. He's just like, superheroes that become supremacists, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. She took the serum, she's going to be like that. And then the only answer, which is so great because it very much mirrors what happened in the comics where I think it was either Sam or Bucky says, he's like, all superheroes are supremacists. Anyone who's taking the serum becomes one. And he's like, Captain America didn't, or Steve didn't. And then Zemo's like, touche, he's the only one. And in the comics, that's the whole thing. It's like Captain America was the only one who is like not corrupted, had the purest kind of form that we know of course, you know what I mean? Because Isaiah Bradley, but we don't know that backstory. We don't know how they're playing it there. And in the comics, it was a certain way. But he's like kind of the A number one. He's like, the typical what we aspire to as people with their serum. So I just thought that was dope. And then how he was going in on these supremacists always like pop up. Like first it's it's the Nazis, then it's Ultron, then it's Hydra, then it's even the Avengers. You know what I'm saying? It's like it always goes this way. And then like Captain America was like the end of that. I mean, I just thought that was I just really love how that all came together, and you do get kind of like that comic book feeling of like, yeah, like Captain America, there's a legit reason why he's like A number one. Like he's that dude, you know what I'm saying? He's better than a lot of us or what we aspire to be, you know what I'm saying? And you see Bucky and Sam, they kind of they look up to him and kind of aspire to be like that dude. I don't know.
Right. He's a man's man, basically.
Man's man. Like when he hit that helicopter, with the little curl
joint.
I got a little excited. I was like, oh, okay.
I know all the girls are like,
there was in the movies, I think that was Winter Soldier, right? Or what? Yeah, it was Winter Soldier. There was an audible gasp in the theater when he was doing the bicep curl on the what you call it, on the helicopter. That was great.
She was like,
I'm surprised that you're not like, because I love Carly, man. Them curls, I'm about it. It's like girl with flat
freckles too.
No, she's beautiful. She's a beautiful girl.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
But
like you said, like that was the whole plot of Civil War. Basically, it's like we're a group of heroes who are trying to help out the people, but there's a lot of things that come with it. Like we may cause some indirect destruction here and there. Some casualties might get involved, but at the end of the day, we're trying to help you guys out and protect you guys. But vigilantes, they operate on their own. So the government tried to control them. I think they said that too in the episode. Like Bucky and Sam, they kind of switched places a little bit because Sam was like anti-government, but now he flipped back to working for the government. Yeah. He's like very patriotic in this series, which is kind of like a little flip.
Because he has stakes in it too. Now that he has government contracts,
Right.
that's
right.
how he's getting
trying
it
his sister
to support
too,
his
right?
family, and
Yeah.
his sister super important in this episode too. So fuck,
Yeah.
Carly's no joke, man.
So we get a little bit more of her. We get to see her interacting with the orphanage, and this whole episode kind of revolves around Doña what is it, Doña Madani's funeral, because that's where everybody's going to intersect. You know what I mean? They're trying to get a little bit of information. We get to see the power broker hit up Carly like, yo, real talk, we gotta meet. We gotta see each other. You know, she's like, all right, you know, chill out or whatever. But we also get to see Zemo like do his little maneuvering, you know what I'm saying? Like we get to see how he pulls out the candies or whatever, and then he goes to the kids, offering them something sweet, telling them like, yo, look out for these dudes. Or so we get to see him start to do the interplay, because you know he's going to try to sneak out of his arrangement in some way, and he like maintains his leverage too to keep them kind of working with them. I was very surprised that Zemo was like, that Bucky was like, yo, Dora Milaje are here for you. I thought he was going to keep that under wraps.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he just came back and was like, yo, Dora Milaje is here for you. So it might be, but I think it's smart, because, you know, you got to know if them motherfuckers are coming, you need to be prepared, because they are not to be played with. So yeah, we're moving around here. Like, I like that discussion of heroism. We get to see John Walker and Hoskins. They're talking a little bit.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, and they're talking a little bit about what they need to do. Last episode, we saw that they were going to meet up with Bucky and Sam, and then they do it. They come, but this time Walker is a little bit more. He's getting like more aggressive, and you're like, yo, chill, dude, lower your tone. Who you talking to? You know, like I feel like that was kind of Sam's thing, like, yo, relax, bro. This is I got Winter Soldier with me, you know what I'm saying?
Roid rage, man.
Yeah.
I saw it's in the comment section. Like, John Walker gives off small dick energy. Like he's overcompensating. Yeah.
How John know about his re-entrance when he came in, just like, well, yeah, now you got to do what I say. It's like, yo, what? Like, relax, bro. What y'all think?
I'll go ahead, Queeby. Yeah, it's your turn.
Oh, yo. So when he comes in to interrupt the convo with Carly.
No. First he saw.
I'm getting sidetracked again because
He saw Bucky and Sam, and he comes in and he's just like, yo, what are y'all? I think he said, wait, that was where they like, because we see him. Is he talking to what you call it? Is he talking to Hoskins first? Is that what's going on?
I'm lost, because there's different moments where he came in causing a problem, man. But just I like that we're seeing that he's that roided asshole, because he does have that very punchable face. And
did y'all know that he was Kurt Russell's son?
I don't know.
Matt told me that last week. I was like, what the fuck?
I can't stop seeing it now. Yeah, he's Ego's son.
Yeah. I see it once people started saying it. My wife had told me that as well. I've actually seen him in other roles when he had a beard, and he actually looks like a cool cat. Like, I could fuck with him. But San's beard is John Walker. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna punch that dude in the face. So like, I hope he's growing that shit back, because it's not a good look. He looked like an asshole, but I thought it was good interplay, more character building. Well,
because he busted in. That's what happened. He busted in, like they're having that conversation, and then he kind of busts in the room, like, "Yo, that's it. It's over. We doing da 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 da. I'm taking Zemo, blah 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 blah." And then they're like, "Yo, like this is about to get weird. Like
okay,
chill out,
yeah,
bro."
I'm with you. Yeah, I got you. I thought it was good to just show the differences of the peoples and personalities and mindsets, and like, this guy is really an asshole. Like, the audience needs to see that, and how some people have that small dick energy, like my man Matthew said, thinking they running shit. And it was good shit. And would just, as a viewer and watching this guy's, like, how we would follow him in his journey in this story, become more of an asshole. Like, you can see these little isms, and that was one of it. At the gate at the beginning of the episode, so that was good. So.
I don't like him at all, dude. Like,
yeah,
every episode, I just hate him more and more and more. This is like,
they're giving us reasons.
They give us all the reasons.
Yo, Michael, tell me this. Like, because I get this feeling like they're like humanizing John Walker through the eyes of like Lamar, like Battlestar,
Yeah.
right? So every time Battlestar, he's like his conscience a little bit, like, yo, chill, like do it this way. And I feel like as a viewer, part of me, like everybody's like, I don't fuck with John Walker. And I'm like, I'm giving him a little bit of leeway because Lamar's right there, like on his hip. And you get to see like, nah, they were homies. He's kept it real with his homie up until this point, you know what I'm saying? And like, it like humanizes him just a little bit.
And when you lose that later on in the episode, not spoil it too much, when you lose that little bit of humanity left, that's when you snap. That's when when you flip the switch. So I think leading up to that point was like really great.
Man.
And everything in between was like, this motherfucker just making one bad decision after another.
I know, bro. It's like, weren't you supposed to be a really good decision maker?
Yeah,
like,
sit your ass down, man. 10 minutes ain't even shit.
This dude is like, he's like, who is he like? He's like a quarterback at the end of their career. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, yo, you're just throwing a lot of interceptions right now. Like, this is working out. But I think so. They're all doing their talking. We get some, good interplay between them, and I believe this is where Dora Milaje busts in, right?
No, it's not till later.
Is it not till later?
Not till
later,
yeah,
because they're talking about, okay, we need to go see Carly. We need to deal with Carly or whatever. And I'm like, Sam is like, I'm gonna talk to her. I'm gonna make sure, you know what I'm saying, like shit is straight. And everything's gonna be cool. And then we get to see Zemo do a little bit more work on the kids to get the info. And then they go to the funeral where we get to see that Carly, like right before gives her big speech about what's going on with her and shows that she has the serum and what their plans are and how they're like, yeah, we got to make some more of these people because we got to we got to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think about her like keeping the fight going? Michael, hit me up. What do you think about Carly keeping the fight going?
I mean, I think like that speech alone, just speaking in front of her whole community, like she knows she's putting them all on her back. And like that's why that scene with Sam, their interaction, he was kind of like flipping it with her. We were like, she slipped. She was like saying that she's not a supremacist or like her ideals is like for the better of people. But she kind of, I forgot the exact words, but she slips and she was like, oh no, I wasn't trying to say that. I'm not like this. I'm trying to help us. But you're doing it at the expense of other people. And you're like, with your mother, like the Mother Teresa figure, I forgot her name again. What's her name? Madani. Like, would she approve of you bombing that building? So like that whole thing of like anybody with like that has like those thoughts that you can't change. Her gears are starting to change too. Like, oh, am I really doing this? But fucking John Walker comes in and just ruins the moment. And
But even before that, I love seeing a character like Sam who has a backstory as being a counselor and seeing that play into this. So it like makes sense. Everything he says, it's not like, oh, this random character went to go talk to this other random character. It's like, nah, he's done this. So like when he is talking to her and he's just like asking her like basic questions and she's like, yeah, I'm gonna kill them all or whatever. And he's like, oh, word? Because that's what did it. And she's like, no, chill. And it's like you can see her start kind of coming around, you know what I'm saying? Like to what's going on. And then of course we get John Walker busted in. How bad were you, Matthew? How mad were you with John Walker busted in, like ruined it? Because it was like we were on the tip of her like kind of flipping, not making it a war.
Yeah. I mean, Bucky already said it. Like, dude, it's only been 10 minutes. Just chill out. Like, he's still trying to talk to her, and he's just like in the corner, like trembling, just waiting to do something. So you already see that. Like I said earlier, like he's trying to overcompensate. He wants to get stuff done and get the credit for it because he wants to prove himself. But I want to go back to Sam and Carly real quick. I think with that conversation they had, Carly, she already proves that she doesn't know what she's doing. Like she's pretty naive in her motivations. She actually, the flag smashers, that's what it's called.
Right.
They share a lot of similarities with Killmonger because they both groups coming from poverty. They're trying to rid themselves of the government. They're trying to take control. They're just trying to take control, basically. But when Sam flipped the conversation, she's just like, yeah, I don't know. but she's just trying to save face and saying that, you know, it's all for a good cause. But at the end of the day, she doesn't really know what she wants. But yeah, but when John Walker smashed in, I'm just like, dude, you just ruined the whole operation. You could have just waited 5 more minutes and then everything would have been good.
Could have been good, right?
Yeah,
You know, the other interesting thing is they were doing the funeral, and she's talking about Doña Madani, and she's giving like a really heartfelt speech, and then she sees Sam, and it's almost like you see her like soft side, and then you see her switch to like, okay, it's about time to fight, and then she like puts the kid down, and then goes into her like kind of more revolutionary tone. I thought it was a really well crafted scene. Kuya P, what's your final thoughts on that interaction?
I thought it was amazing, man. Like, again, yeah, I wish they could have extended out that convo, but then they get interrupted by the asshole. It was dope, man. Just really the writing, you know, I think we're all on the same track. Writing is just brilliant, and just seeing the motivations that you can understand people, man. And we all have the two sides of ourselves. So just really well done. And when Punchable Face comes in, I love that she gave him some work, you know, before she took off. It just builds and makes us even understand more that he really has that small dick energy, and that he, you know, from that point, getting punched around from her and then evading his capture, and then later on when they deal with the Dora Milaje in the room. You could just this build up that he's one of those dudes that, you know, to me, I saw it also from like a male with women's slant. He just keeps on getting punked around, and then here he gets punked around by these women all throughout. Because if you look at it, like, he got pushed by that woman, then the Dora Milaje kick his ass, like, and he's just a regular man. And we'll you know what? There's another line that I'll point out later, but just like,
but. Yeah, I love it. I love it because it has a very like parallel, you could say, to, you know, to whatever, you know, government or whatever, like how they just kind of come in like, we know better.
Oh, always,
not really paying respects to the people that they're dealing with and expecting to get respect. And
very American way.
Yeah,
you know better. Tell that to the Philippines.
I said a generic government. I'm not saying which ones, but you know, we all have our ideas.
It's crazy, like how that scene, like when like Carly was on the run, and it was like a maze, and then Zemo came out the corner and shot her, and then like John Walker saw the vial. I was like, I knew it. This fool is gonna pick up the vial, you know, put it in his pocket like Napoleon Dynamite with the fucking potato, and he's gonna keep it for storage, and that's gonna be his turn.
That was actually a shocking moment for me. I thought Baron Zemo was actually going to take it.
I wanted to give props on that.
Yeah. He had it in his hand. He looked at it. It was like, For a second, I just thought, it was like, okay, this is too easy. But then he surprised me. He broke all the vials, all the ones he could see. And then, you know,
I totally thought he was going to break, because it's just in his character. It's like, I don't want any of this shit. You know? Like,
okay.
Like the fact that he hates Avengers, he hates people with like superhuman powers. Like he shot up those Winter Soldiers back in Siberia. So when I saw it, I was like, oh, he's not giving a shit. I just wish John Walker didn't fucking keep one.
Yeah, right.
Just conveniently one.
Just one in the corner, right? Just slip down.
Just happens to be there.
Yeah, but I thought it was it's dope because that whole scene, like, Sam had earned Carly's trust. They start talking or whatever. You see a little bit of rapport, and he really connects. He makes that connection with of course, John Walker busts in, and then she starts escaping. Zemo ends up like kind of cutting her off at the pass, shooting her or whatever. Vials spill out, and then John Walker hits him with the shield, knocks him out, and finds one last vial. After Carly has already escaped, you know what I mean? Which kind of sucks, because it's like,
can I talk about that real quick? Like, how strong is that shield? Like, I feel it went directly to his, it went vibranium to the cranium. He should have been like dead.
But he's throwing it as like a normal person, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, if someone throws something as a normal person, it's like, okay, that might have hurt, but maybe, you know, it's somewhat possible, right? Plausible.
It's vibranium, though. I feel like I would have killed them.
But vibranium's also like very like light. It's supposed to be light and absorbent of impact. So it might be kind of like getting hit with something like a little bit softer. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
the way he was looking at the vial was kind of like I think Frodo when he was looking at the ring, like
Yeah.
temptation. Like, this motherfucker
Yo, even
about to
before
take
that,
We
this
knew
shit.
what was gonna happen though.
when he
Yeah.
saw the
And then he-
joint, when he saw the
Mhm.
joint, like we need to edit, like go back and like in all like amazing pop culture films when like a bad guy gives you kind of that like slight turn, that evil
Yeah.
head nod. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh shit's about to go down. He sees something. He about to, you know, yeah.
Yeah.
They said that too. They said don't look at Zemo's like head going this way. And he's
Yeah,
like,
right.
don't do that.
He's gonna give you the head
Yeah.
turn or whatever.
I got one question for the serum though. Is this supposed to be like a permanent or temporary serum? Like, does there
I believe.
permanent? Okay, so as soon as they inject it into their bloodstream, it's just there forever.
Yeah. they got
Okay.
it. I think that's how it's supposed to work because the dude said he perfected it, kind of like
Mhm.
Steve. You know what I'm saying? He got
Yeah,
it injected, and it's just like that's just who he is from now on.
until the day he dies, right?
Which one thing I was like, oh, I thought Captain America didn't age, but it did show that Isaiah Bradley like aged too, and I was like,
Mhm.
oh, that's right. I guess they do age. They just age like much slower. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Which makes a lot of sense. But yeah, back to the episode. They all bust in and like, yo, what did we miss? You know, and he's just like nothing. Everything, you know, like it's all good. So we get out of that one, and then we're all back at the crib chilling. Baron Zemo's like, you know, he's icing his head. He just got knocked out, and
No
you know,
bruise or nothing.
yeah, but we get the nice little like thing where John Walker is talking with, not nice. I mean, he's talking with what's his name, Lamar, and he's just like, yo, like what you think? You know, these dudes are super soldiers or whatever. Would you take the serum, right? Like, was that? No, wait.
No, that's later. That's later.
That's later. All right. Oh no. Here's the dopest. One of the dopest parts to me. So after all that fight happens or whatever, then we get Carly calling Sam's sister,
Mhm.
and I love it because she just hit her up and she's straight to the point. She's like, "Yo, what's good? I'm trying to see if I should kill your brother or not."
That shit was fire, yo.
I was like, okay,
That shit was
she's real.
fire.
She's
That's
a real
fucked
one.
up, man.
Yeah. So that conversation was dope because and even the way they played his sister Sarah to be like, yo, I'll tell you one thing, Sam does not work for that man. I'll tell you as a black person, that's a very much black way to say it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is not working for that man. That man is definitely like my grandma would say, some shit like
Right.
that. Like,
Real
And one of the
shit, though.
best lines, yo, my wife was like quoting that line, like, you know, because that would have been real talk if he would have called my wife and would have said the same shit. He ain't, you know, he did, you know, something like the mascot, you know what I'm saying? That she ain't down with that mascot or whatever.
Right.
I'm totally flubbing up the line.
yeah,
But what you were saying, Glenn.
yeah,
was
but it's
100.
just a very black way to say it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's mad authentic. You know what I'm saying? So I thought it was dope, but it was also dope of how she said it to Sarah, and then how you see the connection that Sam and Carly had, because it's
Yeah.
like, why would she even care about, you know what I'm saying? Like, seeing if she should still talk to him, if not. And it also showed that they have reach, you know what I mean? They got connections, they could find out shit. What y'all think about that? Matthew, hit me up. What you think about that whole conversation?
Between Carly and the sister.
Carly and Sarah, yeah.
It was dope as fuck. Like, it was short. It was short and straight to the point, which is great. Like,
Yeah.
like everything you said, Carly, you know, she doesn't want to hurt them, but she'll do whatever it takes to get what she needs to do. You know,
Mhm.
it's like, and then it tripped her out at the end. Her Sam's sister, she was like, she pointed out where she lives, like where she's sitting on the dock, and then you know, she just threatened her nephew, her sons too. Yeah, so I was like,
How would
damn.
you have took that call?
I
if it
was
was-
scared shitless. I was like, oh shit, you know exactly where's the camera set.
I know where you live.
Yeah.
I know your son's name. I know, yeah, all of it. Yeah, dude, that was wild.
Yeah. What'd you think, Mike?
She's going through extremes, man. Like everyone is like really on edge here. I'm on the edge just talking about it, watching it. And Sam brought her up in the conversation of like talking about like what she was doing. And so I think that planted the seed, like, all right, let me go close to home and threaten home. And the fact that Bucky and Sam, they was like, oh, let's meet alone. And I don't know if y'all caught like when they were saying like, oh, you got to protect your partner. Walker said that. So I don't think they think of each other as partners.
Right.
But that moment when you start threatening like my family member, and then it's real because this is my boy. Yeah, I might not call him my partner, but like, okay, it's getting real personal now.
Oh, that's a lot of foreshadowing. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, for
That
sure,
quote.
for sure. Yeah, as a matter of fact, yeah, that's right. He's like, yo, you got to protect my partner, and then he's like, we're not partners. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, y'all still are like at odds like that, man. I thought y'all had a bonding moment. No,
the show is named after y'all. Like,
I know.
It's like we're still earning it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I never really get why they don't like each other that much. Like,
I mean,
I still don't get it.
When they first, I mean, because if you think about it, there was a whole movie about how Bucky was going wild, killing people.
Right.
He broke the Avengers apart. You know what I'm saying? Like Sam is like, I'll ride for you, Steve, but I don't know why you keep bringing this dude around. Like, have you ever had that one friend who has another friend? You're like, yo, I fuck with you. Bro.
Yeah.
Fuck with your boy, yo. Your boy annoys the fuck out of me, man.
It's like I have two best friends, but my best friends don't get along with each other.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they can't see eye to eye or whatever. But
Okay.
like as they're talking more, you know, it's just like but at that point I thought they had kind of linked up or whatever. But also it shows that John Walker has like a connection with his boy Lamar, and so when he's bringing that up, he's like thinking like, nah, like my partner, this is my partner. You know what I'm saying? Like I would do anything for my partner. Like, wouldn't you do anything for your partner? And then it's like, we're not even partners. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I don't care. But I thought, I mean, it's little things like that you know what I'm saying? Don't hate me, y'all. I'm like, I still didn't hate John Walker, you know what I'm saying, up until the very, because Lamar's still there. Lamar's still trying to give him advice. And I'm like, but Lamar is, he's kind of like, you know, he's cool. He said, but we get to, you know, kind of like the big thing. John Walker, he has a serum. And this is where they have the little moment, I think, where they're talking about like, yo, like if you had the, oh no, wait, no, I'm sorry. This is where they're in the apartment or whatever, and they're having their little like go around arguments and shit. And this is where the door busts in, right? Yeah. So like it's a dope moment because, you know, they're all talking or whatever, and then it's just like they're having their discussions, and it's like, yo, deliberation's over. It's over. We're taking Zemo, and that's the end of it. Like, we're here. We don't care what your ends to a mean are. Time's up. We're coming to get him. And then it's and then John is just like, hold on, sister. Hold on just a minute there. And I don't know. I love that where it's like where he's just like, you don't have jurisdiction. They're like, we got jurisdiction wherever we go. So do what you want with that. We're taking Zemo.
Right. Glenn, were you surprised or did you expect to see Okoye show up?
No, I feel like she's like a senior member of the Dora.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like they wouldn't operate without her. So it's like,
no, I think the Dora Milaje have like a lot of people, so she's like a senior member. You know what I'm saying? So they would send out another lieutenant on this mission. I think, especially since Ayo was the one who dealt with Bucky in Wakanda, like getting them deprogrammed and all that. So it's like I feel like it would have been a thing of like who was up for this mission, and Ayo would be like, I'm taking the mission. Like I know the White Wolf. I've right. I take it. So I mean that made sense to me, but I did want to see her. You know.
I was like waiting for it, but it didn't happen. So
yeah. So.
And if we go back to like I think the first time we saw Black Panther in Civil War, Ayo was the first one we got to as well out of Milaje. So she should be like the international correspondent, if you will.
Right.
His bodyguard.
Yo, exactly. She has such a like I will fuck you up energy that is so sexy and so like,
for real, tell it.
She said
when she was walking away at the beginning in that black after she said what she said, you got 8 hours, bitch, and she just like stone cold, just like
can we speed up the clock? Because I want to get back to the next time you threaten me, girl. Just threaten me.
Dude, she had that same energy when we saw her in Civil War.
Right.
Black Widow approached T'Challa, and she stepped in. I was like,
that's
when they're head to head.
Yeah.
Like, this is Black Widow, but she could fuck you up too.
Right.
I thought in Civil War she had one of the dopest lines, which is "Move or you will be moved."
Moved. Yeah, that was her.
Like, yes. And so, yeah, plus that dress. I mean, hold on. I don't want to get too far deep because, you know, I was talking about fantasies and shit. But, yo, the way she was wearing that dress, I was like, man.
No, they're beautiful black women, dude.
Yeah, dude.
You gotta love them.
But, yeah, so she comes in there and John Walker, once again, terrible decision, puts his hand on the door, on Ayo, and it is over from that point for homeboy. Like the way, because they threw the spear in, and then it's like they, you know, have a little talking, and then she like whipped him up and kicked his ass into the spear. I was like, yo, and then it's just on, and then we get like one of the dopest fight scenes, which I thought was super awesome. How, you know, Lamar and John are just getting their asses whipped, like just every which way, just like, and it's like so many times where it's like, I'm about to kill this dude, and then. But like, you know, Sam and Bucky are off to the side, like, yo, should we like, help him, or should we, like, what should we do? And then, you know, eventually they're like, yo, chill, you can't stab him,
right?
You can't stab him through the heart, yo, chill. I mean, what did y'all think? I mean, first of all, fight choreography throughout Marvel has always been top notch, and this is just another example. What did y'all think of the fight scene?
They stepped up in this series, especially in the last episode with Carpenter, what's her name?
Sharon Carter.
Yeah, Sharon Carter. Like, I didn't know she could fight like that. I was like, shit.
She got busy, yo.
She was
protecting Cap.
Like, she should be Black Widow.
Yeah. None of that ridiculous shit.
Yeah. Although you know what the thing is sad? The thing that's sad for me is we never got that payoff between Ayo and Black Widow. Like, I wanted that in Infinity War. Like, it's just one scene where Black Widow and her at least had like maybe one or two blows where you're like, oh, but we never got that. You know what I'm saying? Black Widow ends up sacrificing for the world. RIP. You know, spoiler alert, whatever. But yeah, they're giving them a bit. Kuya P, what you think of the fight scene, bro? Like, just the choreography and all of it.
Bro, it was lit, son. Lit emojis across the screen right now, bro. It was bananas. I loved it. And yeah, like you said, hands down to the fight choreographers that set each, you know, scene up and each movement to transition just made perfect sense and just was brilliantly done, hands on by everybody involved with that. I loved it. And then my man, like you had mentioned everything else that was going on, but my man Zemo just chilling with his scotch before he chills and goes out through the bathtub and shit.
So
like, you don't have to know how shaky my hand would be if the door was there for me. You know what I'm saying? And they're fighting, they're beating the shit out of people to get to you. Right. And dude, it just shows how cold and calculated he is. He's just like, yep.
How about how cold Ayo was when she took out Bucky's arm? Bucky didn't even know that could fucking happen. I was like, what the fuck?
It was like the 5-finger technique. It's like she knew exactly where to hit.
Exactly. At first she was like fucking with them, and I didn't know what she was doing. I was like, why? Like, she's piecing them up, but like, what is she doing? And then when his joint fell off, I was like, oh, nigga, they will deprogram. Like, what?
She was like, you forgot where this came from, didn't you?
But I thought it was so dope. And the other part of that scene was, you know, Ayo disarming Bucky, literally disarming dude. And then one of the Dora throwing the spear and being so precise with it that it went through the armholes and locked John into the table to where he like, I was like, yo, the logistics of that are so dope. How they had to throw that. That's amazing.
And she kicked it back up. She kicked it and caught it. Like,
that was
perfect.
dope too.
Yo, I love that whole part because it was like they came in, busted shit up. Zemo actually ended up, you know, escaping through the back. They wrecked shop. Everybody's like laid out, and then they were just like, yo, like I think when she flipped it up and caught it, it was just like. It was like, yo, all this shit is ours, and we can take it back whenever we want to.
At any time. At any motherfucking time.
At any time. And then they were like, and then it was just like, nah, just leave. Like, so they leave the shield and the arm, just like, nah, y'all keep it. We came here for Zemo. We about to go get him. But just know we can take back our shit whenever we want.
That was the most like badass thing I've ever seen. Like, just leave it. It's not gonna harm us. This is whatever.
Yeah, it's like we don't even care. Like, you can have it. Like,
I know. We could make 1 million of these if we wanted to.
Yeah, and let's not forget the last line. I think it was I forgot. You know what? I don't know who said it, but like, they're not even super soldiers.
Yeah, that was John Walker. Like, because he got his ass whipped, and he's just like laying just all depressed and shit. It's like they're not even super.
My fiance pointed it out. He's like, I think he's a little bit misogynistic every time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and that's you know what? That's the exact
everything.
point I was talking about earlier, Matthew. Is like he got punched by Carly. Bitch, get out of my way. You know what I'm saying? I'm running out this bitch while you try to get me. And then at this scene too, he gets his ass handed to him by women. Like small dick energy.
He got his feelings hurt for sure.
Yeah. But I mean, I thought it was dope in that whole fight scene. So the thing that's so cool about that fight scene is, yes, we get a dope ass fight scene, but really what it sets up is like, because John is having that inner monologue or inner conversation with himself. Should I take this serum? Should I take it? Should I take it? And then he has that fight scene, gets his ass whipped or whatever. And it's a continuation of kind of that thing, like, should I take it? Should I take it? Should I take it? Or whatever. So then he has a conversation with Lamar, like, yo, would you take it? Like, would you take the serum? You know what I mean? And then Lamar is like, absolutely, 100%, like, with no question, no hesitation. And then we get another scene where Zemo asks Sam the same thing, because Sam has been fighting all these motherfuckers for a minute, and best believe Super Soldier Serum could have definitely helped Sam out. And he asked Sam, and without hesitation, Sam's like, absolutely not. And I'm like, that's just a stark contrast between the two characters that Steve Rogers, Captain America, and Sam are, and Lamar and John Walker are. You know what I mean? They're two totally different, you know what I'm saying, people.
That was like John Walker's last humanized moment, because then when we was talking about, like, if I had this serum back when I was in Afghanistan and all the medals I got, I wouldn't have got those medals. Because I would have saved my friends,
saved lives,
saved lives, and that's real shit. I actually just talked to my nephew, who's in the army right now, who's in the training, and I'm like, even in the base, I'm like still thinking about like his safety and all that, and that's real shit. That real conversation of being at war, and you could have saved your comrades, So
man.
that was a well written scene.
That's the one thing I keep forgetting. That's why, Glenn, I do kind of agree with you about John. There's a slew of like something to like about him, just a little bit. Like
hair.
He's been through shit. Like I forget that sometimes. Like he's been through war.
Yeah. Also the pressure. You know what I'm saying? Like that first scene where he's like, man, I just want to, like, I get that pressure of like, I just want to be the best for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I want to represent my country.
I want to represent my country. I want to save people. I want to stop people from being hurt. I want to, you know what I mean? Like, I just want to do what's best, do, you know, what's good. And I feel like that whole conversation with Lamar kind of spreads them, but it makes, okay, we'll get into like the final battle now, right? The final joint, because I just thought it was dope. But the thing that I kept thinking in my mind is like, yo, that's some fucked up shit that you got the serum and you didn't split it with your boy, yo. Like you could have cut that shit with some water or some Kool-Aid or something. You know what I mean? Like y'all could have both had a little bit, right?
That's what I was expecting too. Yeah.
How you gonna leave your boy out to dry?
I said the same exact shit in my head, dude. Like, how come he didn't get some? Like, you guys could. Right. There's enough there. Like,
give him a little half.
Yeah, half.
Why didn't you lick the ground, bro? You could have licked the ground. Like, you could have did anything. You know what I'm saying? Hold your boy down. Yeah. I would have scraped up some of that. I would have like scraped up some of that glass or something. You know what I mean? Like that super serum is precious, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a good question though. Like, I wonder, do you have to take the whole thing to actually take effect in your body, or could you put like half and then you get some?
Half and half, bro.
We don't know. Yeah.
Don't know.
First dose,
John Walker
he
wasn't taking any chances. He's like, nah, sorry,
that's
Lamar.
all for me. Yeah.
You just be normal. Like he didn't even tell his boy. He didn't even tell him. Like, yo, I got some of that serum on the low.
Yeah, but see, that's what got his boy killed. You know.
Yeah.
It's because of him.
So we track him fine. You know what I mean? Sam gets one more chance. You know what I mean, to meet up with Carly as they go in there and just like, yo, what's up? Why you holler at my sister? It's like, I try to, I'm trying to see if I need to kill you or whatever. And then once again, we get, her running away. I forget why she started running away. Like they had their conversation. Did John interrupt again? Is that how they started running again?
No, it was like a setup. They were tracking them. They needed to separate them. And
yeah.
Because remember, Sharon was gonna watch and then their whole thing was to. It was so the strategy was talked about throughout the episode.
thing, right.
And they just, again, it was amazing writing. If you watch it
also,
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt, but then also Carly's strategy was like, I'm going to kill Captain America.
Yeah.
Like he came in, I'm going to kill that dude just to like, you know, be real.
No spoilers, but like literally, and we'll discuss this, I know, at the very end, but she killed literally Captain America without, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
But when I watched the episode like 3-4 times already, man.
Oh, did you? Shit. See, I only watched it once. I kind of want to go back.
You gotta watch it. There's a lot of nuggets
right now. I'm playing it right now.
Yeah, but that just lead to each other. But the strategy was amazing. Again, that if you watch it more times, you'll get, oh, the plan is to do this and that, and yeah. But my bad, yo. It's just beautiful. Well done.
So my nitpick with that. Oh, go ahead.
No, all you.
My nitpick with it was like when Lamar went ahead on the staircase, and then Walker is coming right after him. This motherfucker is so aggressive. He just went through a door. He just smashed through a door. Like, dog, like you could have just opened the door.
Right?
Super unnecessary. Yeah. You were like really roided out. Now he's roided out.
No, wait, because he didn't take it quite then. He didn't take it till after.
That's just his personality, though.
Yeah,
bro.
that's just his personality. He didn't take it till after, like, because then they all get in a fight. They're all fucking with the super soldiers, and then Lamar tries to come in and save them, and then I think Carly punches motherfucker into the next universe.
No. He had already had it before because we see the glimpse when he bends the pipe. So he took it. We just didn't have signs of it until at a certain point. He had it taken.
I thought he didn't take it until after Lamar died.
No, he already had it because he's jumping out the window as soon as that died. We saw that movement, so he already had it in him.
That's okay. You're right. Yeah. Well, I mean, the first thing. So the clever reveal of Marvel, which I thought happened later, but it happened here, is they're chasing after the super soldiers, and Marvel doesn't say whether he takes it or not. What they say is fucking he throws the shield into the wall hard as fuck, and all of us are like, oh, this motherfucker got it. Because before it's like, okay, he busted through the door, but does he really have it? You know what I'm saying? And he does XYZ. Does he really got? But when you see the shield go into the building like that, it's just like, oh shit, this motherfucker, like, he has it, yo. He fucking has it.
It's the art of subtlety, dude. Yeah. Don't show too much, just show enough.
Exactly. Shout out R.I.P. Lamar. That dude got punched so hard. Like, yo, to get punched that hard as like a normal human, I think is like, it's fucked up, bro. Like,
it made my fiance, like, she gasped, like, damn, like,
audible gasp.
Yeah, audible gasp, bro. Like, damn, he punched him so hard that he died.
Have you ever boxed before?
Yeah.
You know where like you're boxing and someone hits you like dead center and then you lose all your air.
Knock the wind out of the motherfucker.
He knocked the life force out.
What was crazy too is like when Lamar died or like he hit the pillar, everyone's face was like, oh shit.
Yeah, even the flag smashers are like, oh shit, this is too far. This is too much.
But
we were just playing, bro.
Which was crazy to me because Carly wanted to kill Cap, but then she ended up killing that dude, and she's still like I thought you would have kept fighting because it's like this is what you wanted, right? You wanted to kill dude, didn't you?
Yeah.
But they do it, and then everybody. It's like that moment when everyone was fighting the Civil War, and Vision takes out War Machine, and then he like crashes to the ground. Like both sides are just like. Which I think is crazy. The superhero world is crazy. It's like everyone fights so hard to kill each other, and then when they do, it's like.
That's what I was saying earlier. I don't think Carly knows what she wants. Like she doesn't know what's the cap for me. Like when do I stop doing what I'm doing? Because like I go too far. Or what should I go this far? Yeah,
man. So after Lamar is killed, man, and I'm just like, fuck, sucks. Black dude always dies first. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right?
Yeah.
Why?
Fucking true.
Yeah. So at that point, it goes full rage mode for John Walker. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very interested to see what happens like next time when he is around like Bucky and Sam. You know what I mean? Because there's definitely gonna be some blaming. You know what I'm saying? Like. What happened, but he starts going after one of the flag smasher dudes. We get to see his rage throughout the thing, and finally catches up to him. And basically,
hold up. Before we get to that point, there was a nugget at the very beginning that I wanted to point out because again I saw it 4 times, and I didn't catch this until like the 3rd, 4th time. The dude that actually does catch the wreck from John is the same dude that Carly's having a conversation with towards the beginning. And he talks about how much he looked up to Cap as a kid. So just amazing foreshadowing there. And just when you put that two and two together, it's like, fuck, dog.
That's fucked up, dude.
So looked up to Cap as a kid, and then he gets killed by fake ass Cap. So just anyway, now you can go ahead, Glenn. I just wanted to point that out because I didn't catch that until my third or fourth time watching it.
The conversation too was at like his grandfather's burial site, and his grandfather was in World War II, and where
fighting
he died,
Nazis and shit.
Where he died was also at a memorial. So it's like,
bruh,
look at this fucking writing.
It's great how they put it together. It's just like this finely crafted soup that's just delicious to sip. You know what I'm saying? I didn't catch that, but it's
watch it again.
True.
Watch it again. It's
that
like,
makes it 10 times harder. Yeah,
right. I mean,
it's harder.
Like I don't know, Matt. Like, does that hit you harder? Like knowing, like, damn, this dude loved Cap, and then just to get not only killed by Cap, but with the shield that you probably idolized. You know,
and they were talking about the shield too, because the part of the conversation was, should we destroy the shield?
Yeah,
oh man, run it back when y'all get a chance. Watch it again. They're having that conversation at the Pop's old funeral memorial, whatever, and then they're getting the vials, and then they're like, "What would you do with the shield?" And Carly was like, "I'm gonna destroy that shit."
Yeah. That hits. Oh, my sorry, Glenn.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
That just makes it so much more sad because before he died, he had like a scared look in his face, like I'm not the one that did it. I'm not the one that did it.
Yep.
So now that you mentioned that he idolized the old Captain America, that just hits way harder.
Yeah, and Steve, I feel like Steve would have had restraint. You know,
right? It shows this clear contrast between the different Captain Americas. Like Chris Evans, or sorry, oh my God, what's his name?
Steve Rogers.
Steve Rogers. Yeah, Steve Rogers would never ever go that far. He would never kill another human being out of anger, no matter what he did. But this one, right away, he would just act out of anger.
I mean, I feel like Steve Rogers wouldn't have killed him up close, because Steve Rogers has killed motherfuckers like from a distance, though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that whole Civil War scene too. Iron Man was trying to go for Bucky. He was like really trying to kill it. So it brings up the question: what if Iron Man really killed Bucky at that moment?
Right.
Would he have really?
Yeah.
Mike, that's a good parallel, because remember in Civil War, Cap was doing the same shit with the shield.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's parallel. Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
But he stopped.
Great parallels. I mean, the episode is called "The World Is Watching." One person, like also the Dora Milaje was watching everybody too. So like Sharon Carter's watching everybody. Carly's watching Sam's sister. You know what I'm saying? And then to wrap the episode with the world literally watching as Captain America takes the shield, or faux Captain America. Takes the shield and actually like murder. To them, they don't know what's happened. They just see Captain America straight up murder a dude with the shield. I mean, the world is watching. Everybody sees it. And I just think it's a great kind of iconic scene to have like him like smash dude, bloody shield on his arm, and then kind of like the hero, what is supposed to be the hero's pose, you know what I'm saying? You have the up angle, you get the shield. It's supposed to be looking heroic, but there's blood on the shield. It's like a literal representation of what's been going on.
That was the most violent thing I've ever seen Marvel do in any of the films. Like that was gruesome.
They went there, and like
they went there.
I was wondering, I was like, what are they going to do? Because he's like, he had it up, and I'm like, are they really going to? Is he really about to? And he fucking went ham on that dude's face. Like, that's crazy.
And there's like hella cell phones around, and Carly's there too. She's fucking right there.
Yeah.
And then the way it was being recorded, like I don't know if I'm jumping too far ahead, but like everyone recording it, they see Cap killing someone. That's like, that really comments on like the social climate right now with like police brutality. Like you literally have fucking police killing people. George Floyd, so many names. But like the way the government, maybe the US is gonna flip this story, like, oh, Cap was trying to get this guy who is an international terrorist or whatever. Right. And they're gonna flip the script next episode, and that just speaks to what the fuck is going on right now in the world.
Mike, did you see that one blonde chick that just recorded and then she kind of laughed?
Oh, did she did that shit?
Yeah, no, watch again. Watch again. There's one girl that was like Yeah, they panned her a little bit, but she didn't like have a shock face. She was like kind of smirking, like, "Damn, look at that shit."
Yeah,
Watch it again
Wow.
because
it
that
speaks to
pissed me
people
off
like,
when I looked at it.
it's like World Star. Like when fights are happening, people are not trying to break the fight. They're trying to like record this, upload it, get those views. It's like,
yeah, watch that scene again. You'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I saw a movie last weekend. It's called The Mauritanian. And it's about the war on terror, and how when it happened, there's all this outrage over 9/11, and there's one scene where the general is like, like he hears about all this like torture, like he's the lawyer who's supposed to prosecute the guy who was locked up at Guantanamo, and he sees all the evidence, right? And then he's like, yo, this dude has been coerced, we can't really use it. And then the other guy is like, yo, whose side are you on? Like, you know what I'm saying? We gotta, someone has to pay for this, right? That's what the dude says. And then the general's like, yeah, someone, not just anyone. And that is such a parallel to what we see here, which is like, yeah, your boy just got killed. And then it's like your rage is like, someone's got to pay. I'm killing this dude, even though the dude's like, yo, I didn't do it. I'm not the one. Like, yeah, I may have been involved, but I'm not the one. And it's like, nah, I'm still killing you, period. I think it's just a great parallel to what we're seeing in today's society, wrapped up in this superhero format.
Yeah, yo, and I just want to just talk on the optics on this amazing scene because it's brilliant. And just she killed fucking Captain America without killing Captain America. Because think about that, as the rest of the world sees this footage in this MCU universe, this figurehead that we know, and again, the light of the terrorism, people really understand these revolutionaries. It's all perspective, and then here she, lays the groundwork for this moment to happen, and we're seeing this bloody Shield and Cap. Just like, how do you come back from that within this world and this universe and this person? You know what I'm saying? Was just so brilliantly done. Again, compliments to these writers. But then for us as in our world, in our reality, and watching this and what's going on in the world, I cannot believe they went there. Just like we all said that they went there. This shit was groundbreaking. I gotta give it to this series. And just like what we saw with WandaVision and the writing and just talking about PTSD and in general, but then this moment here, and I'm former military, and then what we know about the military, and then just all of this wrapped into one, and just with what we're doing overseas and just perspectives, fucking just I was mind blown, and like y'all said, you are blown too, but just how do you look at Cap in the right way now going forward? And do you have another Cap in this universe? We have heard rumors Chris Evans is going to come back in different ways, but just like right now, as per this universe, maybe giving the shield later on. We did see in trailers that Falcon will get his shield back a little bit, but just
I bet you that's
mind fucking blowing. You know what I'm saying? This moment and the bloodied shield. I can't get over it. That's why I watched it 3 more times. I watched it 4 times and was just like, holy fuck, man, they did this. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I might
as
have to
nerd
go watch
fans, like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I might have to go watch it again, bro, because it was. Here's the other parallel that I think we haven't covered is the parallel between Carly and Zemo, because Zemo also did the same thing where he was trying to destroy an icon or whatever, and he didn't have the power, so he was just trying to do it on his own, turn people against each other to break them up. And Carly has done the same thing, but I think it was foreshadowing because Zemo said it. He's like he understood the mentality of like, yo, she's not going to stop. Like she's not going to stop, and it's a parallel there too, because Zemo didn't take the serum, but Carly did, to achieve her goals. So he sees the mindset and then how she did it. And then the last thing was like, in terms of vengeance, like who had more like authority or whatever to actually kill would be Black Panther. Like Zemo killed his dad. You know what I'm saying? He's like, no. like I've seen what vengeance has done to everybody. Like the world is not done with you yet. I'm not going to let that vengeance consume me. And I think that was so great, which, you know, another testament to Chadwick Boseman and Black Panther to actually see that, you know what I mean? We see like the character, like I feel like Black Panther and Steve Rogers have always been kind of parallels in like the Marvel universe in terms of like their goodness, I guess. And we get to see it there, you know what I mean? Like not taking the vengeance out on Zemo, who killed his dad, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck killing my friend, you killed my dad, yo. Like, I would have murdered them. Claws would have been in your throat, son. Like, but
and we don't even know where Zemo is now, too. I've seen in trailers he's probably gonna go to the Sokovia Memorial. So it's like this fool's running around.
Yeah, but I guess like because we went through the episode or whatever. Like, what do you guys hope for the next episode? What do you want to like? Which way do you want to see it go? Because there's so much. Like, what happens with Zemo? Does Dora find him? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what happens with the super soldier share? Like, what? Like, there's so many different ways to go. What do y'all want to see in the next upcoming episodes?
Shit, man, it's like there were so many other subplots too happening. Like, I'm not totally 100% sure if Sharon Carter is like still like is she cool? She's been through a lot, and so what's her role? In like last episode, the way last episode ended, she said to her like assistant, like, "Yo, things have changed. I don't know if she's really working for the power broker." So there's still that subplot. There's the Zemo, like what he's gonna do next is. I just hope they focus a little bit more on Sam, because I feel like Sam is like everything's been happening around Sam a lot. But I kind of want to shift more to just Sam and Bucky, and like we had a lot of John Walker's punchable face, but now that we have 2 more episodes left, I kind of want to just focus on those 2 now.
Yeah,
let them be the focal point.
Yeah. What about you, Kuya?
Yo, I agree. I definitely want to see, because it is called Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So let's see how they deal with the ramifications of this incident with punchable John Walker. Give my man a shield.
Punchable guy. If he was a
you know what I'm saying, like
punchable guy.
he needs to get locked up. Honestly, like for real, he just murked the man in front of everybody. Like, what are the ramifications for that? And then how does Falcon and Winter Soldier deal with that being done? So I'm very curious what's going to happen with that. What's happening with Zemo? There's a lot of loose threads, but whether we get results of all those threads, cool. But at the same time, like Michael said, the story's supposed to be about Falcon Winter Soldier. I feel like we're going all this, that way, and the third, which is fun. We're enjoying that ride, but I also want to see what happens with these characters and their relationship, and we're seeing like the reality of it, like we saw from that first episode, with Falcon and his family dealing with what's going on in the now, getting money, and then with Winter Soldier dealing with his past transgressions, coming to terms with that. That was how the season started, but yet we're on now this whole mission that's sidetracking us from that. And so, yeah, like Michael said, the focus needs to be put back on these 2 characters, and how they can do that in 2 episodes remains to be seen. But we're all enjoying the ride, and I'm loving the ride. Don't get it twisted. But yeah, let's get some love back to these 2 characters, because it is their show. Yeah. Matthew, what's up? What you think?
Well, like you said, there's only 2 more episodes left, so they got a lot of stuff to finish off. I think with this episode, it left the series at a very interesting place, because we have 3 unidentifiable villains, or they're not even real villains. So we got Carly, we got Baron Zemo, and now we have Fake Cap. So I think what this show is doing.
Oh, also really, Power Broker too.
Power Broker. Yeah.
There's 4.
About that 4.
Yeah.
So I think what this show is doing, out of everything, the whole thing is that there are no heroes at all in this world. And the funny thing is, this series compared to WandaVision is very grounded. Like, nobody here has superpowers, or they have superhuman strength, but no one's not like Wanda. There's no Galactus. There's no people from outer space. It's really just human beings, just like battling each other.
There's no big 3.
Right. It's really just, they're just fighting amongst each other. And I think that's what makes this show work so great. But honestly, I think at the end, the most predictable thing I'm gonna say now Sam's gonna end up with the shield.
Yeah.
So
It was in the
somehow, some
trailers.
way, yeah.
For me, I personally, I want to see justice for T'Challa's King T'Chaka's death. So I want to see the Dora take out Baron Zemo. Like, yeah, he was cute dancing, but nigga, you still killed the king. yeah, fucking nah. I want the Dora to take him out. I don't care. I want them to get justice because I think it's only right. You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise, you've had White Wolf. Because if they don't, then you've had White Wolf betray the people who have did so much to bring him back, and I feel like that sullies his character. So I feel like he's got to make sure that the Dora get their justice. I definitely want to see that.
But Glenn, that's why I kind of asked you earlier in the episode, when you have Wakanda involved in this,
right?
Especially with Baron Zemo, it's really T'Challa who should be more involved because he was the one that tried to kill him in the first place.
Right.
So I wonder if T'Challa in some way, because he passed away, but I wonder if he ordered the what do you call it? I'm sorry, what's their name?
The Dora Milaje.
The Dora Milaje.
Well, I think they just. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I don't think they would act on their own accord. Someone has to order that, right?
Oh no, I'm 100% sure the throne ordered it, but I feel like Ao's still like, it's like I'm sure Okoye would probably sanction it. You know what I'm saying? Okoye is like the number one like lieutenant or general or whatever, colonel of the Dora Milaje, and I'm pretty sure Ao was like, I'll take this mission, I'll go, and I'm pretty sure she like Okoye would like sanction that, be like, okay, trusted member, she's high ranking, she's King T'Challa's like personal bodyguard, so it's like, nah, she would go on that mission. I think that makes sense to take a little contingent and then go get them.
I think we'll finish off with this. I think when they introduce Wakanda here, I think somehow this series is going to lead into Black Panther 2 in some way, shape, or form. Or there's going to be some type of foreshadowing somehow.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the Dora Milaje get a series out of this because people want to see it. Like, and we've already seen what you know what I mean, like telling Black stories does for the bottom line, because it's all about the dollars, like, and people would tune in, you know what I'm saying? Like, could you imagine a Marvel series with the Dora Milaje? Like, as much as Black Twitter is like active, like having Dora Milaje have their own series, yo, like that shit would be fire.
I'm down to see it now after watching this for sure.
And then when you see the choreography of how they fight and how they interact and how strong and powerful they are, it's like, yo, that would make for great television. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna end off with this too. If the next episode John Walker gets off, like he gets a slap on the wrist for killing someone, it's going to be a complete reflection of the way the government treats white people, the white privilege.
Listen, I mean, you see it all the time where it's like, I mean, but in this, I feel like it's going to be that same old shit. Like, you see somebody get murdered, not necessarily guilty, but is like kind of guilty on the periphery, guilty by association, murdered in cold blood, but you're going to see like, well, it was justified because, we got to, and I mean, I feel like, the way the story is told, it's like you see it coming and you hate it, you know what I mean? But you know that that's how it's going to end up. You know what I'm saying? Like with all the murders that you've seen, it's like, it's so sad to see, but you like, you know that it's coming. You know that the acquittal is about to happen.
Right.
But it'll be very interesting, especially with the trial of Derek Chauvin going on right now, to see how this kind of plays out, because it's kind of like a very similar thing, you know what I mean? But yeah, I want to see the Dora, and then I want to see Sam and Bucky like have that talk of how they both felt they weren't worthy, and how that feeling of like insignificance or not feeling like you're worthy led to somebody who is not as worthy as either one of you taking the shield and what they have done with it. I definitely want to see how that story plays out and how it comes full circle. And I want to see Black Cat. I want to see Sam take, but that's for the last few episodes. Fellas, I think that was our final thoughts, right?
Yeah.
So those were our final thoughts. I'm signing off. I am Glenn Lawrence from Level Up Comedy. You can find me levelupcomedy.com, Glenn Lawrence Comedy on your YouTube, on your Instagram and your Twitters and whatnot. It's been a pleasure doing this, and I can't wait to do it again. Go ahead and sign off for us, Michael.
Yeah, Mike and Matt from the Top Bag Podcast, from top of the dome to the back of the pack. We find us on social media, IG, Spotify, all podcast platforms. But yeah, I'm juiced for this weekly review, man. This is dope. This is fun. Shout out to OG Moose.
Shout out OG.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's signing off next? Kuya or Matt? Which one of y'all?
Oh, Kuya, good.
All right, yo, Kuya P, man, new release Wednesday with Nerds Rule the World here with Glenn and obviously Top Back, man. Enjoy having them come through, man. Part of the family now, man. Definitely. And
Sure.
Much love to OG, man. We'll get you on when you can. Also, Nerds of Color, my other site where we get down with POC representation within pop culture, and my show Pal Show. Appreciate y'all. Kuya P.
Signing out. Yeah. This is like the Avengers Assemble of like podcast.
Yeah, man, definitely.
Just coming out of nowhere, bro. I love it, man. Thank y'all for listening to this, and then we'll get you next week with the next episode, which is, do you know what the next episode calls? Does anybody know what the next episode is called?
Nah, not
Consequences.
Yeah. We punched John Walker in the face.
Punchable face. All right, we're out. Thanks, y'all. Peace.
Hey, man, been a pleasure, y'all.